and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle operation featuring the Guntank, as seen in Mobile Suit Gundam. And of course, you see different versions of it. Air quote, I believe the mass production in like the 8th MS team and some other areas in the series. This is the big daddy of supports, and it looks like an angry, armed up version of Rob the Robot in some ways. For me, this is an interesting suit, but we're going to get into that. This is a 350 cost, ground and space capable support with a ballistic resistance of 18, a beam resistance of 23, and a melee resistance of 4, because 3 would have been cruel. A range strength of 35, a melee strength of 0, a movement speed of 100, an agonizing 100, a thrust gauge of 50, which is disappointing, and of course I have the upgrade that increased all of my parts by 1, so its actual parts base unmodified are close range 2, medium range 8, and long range 14. I think we can tell that it might prefer range. For equipment, we have the quadruple BOP missile times 2. Effectively, those crazy little hands it has shoot out a barrage of missiles. And of course, we have the gun barrel punch. You can punch people with it, which is kind of funny when it works. We have the 120mm cannon times 2. Oof. It's a fairly long range and fairly damaging fire, which can also cause a bit of a stagger. And then we have the 120mm cannon cluster bomb times 2. It's a scatter shot, kind of like Buck, so it hits a wider area but doesn't cause stagger. My suggestion, if you're using this and someone's hiding behind terrain, like if you're in the underground base, you can fire this into an area where they are and get damage in, and that will usually get people to either come out or to continue to back off. So it's really good for that, or if you want to hit a large cluster of people and not mess up your own guys, it's a good option. For skills, we have High Performance Radar Level 2, High Performance Scope Level 2, Observational Data Link, Frontline Support System Level 2, Personnel Radar Level 2, Stabilization Device, High Performance Aerospace Gimbal, and High Spec AMBAC. Alright, so I'm going to be that guy. Guntank can be a menace. If it's unchecked with a team that's making sure this horrid evil monster is not bothered, it can simply sit there and just annihilate a team that doesn't have an appropriate way to counter it. It can do obscene amounts of damage, even at the lower end of the cost. And it's just really good from basically a point of bombarding the heck out of a team, or even cornering them to a degree. But the second it's caught out on its own, or it has a team that does not care what happens to it, this unit might as well be useless. So it's a feast or famine kind of suit. It can be a monster with a team that's basically making sure this thing's not bothered, and it can be a complete waste of points, feeding the team or the opposing team ungodly amounts of score. So I like the unit, but it suffers from a lot of early support design. I'm just going to say that. Plus, it's got a Zoid's head. Who wouldn't like that? So let's see how it does in the match to come. Welcome to the match, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic time, and this is a bit of an older situation battle. And I got the Guntank, which I keep trying to call the gun cannon. For some reason, my brain doesn't understand.
Here we go! Commence operation!
Well, let's just be honest. It's a good unit for what it is. And right off the bat, I'm going to be what I can only describe as overly aggressive. I tend to, in a lot of cases, like to be as aggressive as possible with supports as I fire over there. Nothing to get, but I was hoping to ferret out some people as I hit that little bridge thing. And one's pushing forward, and I was trying to push up to help. Did wing them with one of my shots, but and I keep accidentally body blocking my my Gundam. So hoping to get a good shot. Got that. That Zigok is going to be a problem for me during this match. Quite honestly, as I actually turn the mic towards my mouth, amazing sound quality. So there's some decent damage, and again, this unit unchecked can do some amazing damage. So there's a Zigok again. I missed my shot. I'm going to switch over to rockets and fire them with the missiles. And I'm trying to help, but this is an awful match because a lot of the team opposing us are Raiders. So, so I'm trying really hard to support the Gundam as I wing the Gok over there, and I'm trying to throw some supporting fire down. But Zigok has seen me. There's not a lot I can do. I was hoping to mess up his legs, as you can see. Going to mess up my shot by shooting the building, and that is going to be my first death. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we spawn in here in support of number 5, and I'm going to point out number 2 hasn't been in his suit for about a minute or two at this point. Just to point that out. So I'm trying to stop them from capturing the base there. I'm going to put some more hurting on the Gok. And I'm going to be switching between the 2 rounds just so I can really just pump out damage. And, oh, we almost got the kill there. Our team swung over here to take advantage of this situation. I'm just going to fire, get rid of him. And I'm going to fire the barrage shot so I can get around there. And I'm going to give a little bit of trouble to the Gog. He's going to hide, but I'm going to just fire like that, and our dude's going to take him out. So we've evened up the score a little bit more. I'm going to pump around in there, and of course the Zigok is going to see me. I'm going to flip around, fire, hurt myself again. This was an ugly match. Fire, not get anything. And I believe the Gok has noticed us, so we're going to fire into him. Switch to the missiles. And we're going to get murdered by the Zigok as the neighbor again decides to swing by and mow closer to my place. Wonderful. Gotta love it as we die again with no support. At least we died. So we're gonna drop in here again. We're gonna put a round into our good old friend, the Gog, and then fire again. Now, it's not amazing damage against him, but it's enough to be annoying, especially since I can, well, pitch it into them as a group, which is wonderful for me, but not so much for them. So we've taken out his legs. A guy's gonna pop it in front of us. And I haven't moved until this point, so yeah, I'd say the damage potential of this unit is amazing. We're going to take him out, get some damage on that Ack guy. And yeah, in this position with a front line, you can see just how effective this unit can be. As number 2 finally decides to get into his mobile suit, which is amazing. Wonderful. We got an Ack guy there, we're going to just fire around. And I see the Zigok over there. I assume at this point that my team is going to do things about him. And I'm going to get shot by the Gok. That's alright, we're going to turn around, shoot him back, and do considerably more damage to him. And there we go. Like, you can see when you rotate between the 2 main fires, you can do obscene degrees of damage with this unit. Of course, it's also really easy to shut down. So we winged him with that one shot, firing in there again, and then we're just going to finish him off with this, and he's gone. He's going to abandon his suit. I believe he's going to try to take A. And, oh, there's our Gog friend. We're going to just
fire into there with him. Give him some more damage. And we're just going to try to keep him backing off. Of course, I'm going to get attacked from behind. Thanks, guys. Wonderful. And here we are again. And there's our friend. Our base has now been destroyed. Congrats to us. He's just going to come back up here. And there's the Gok. We're going to pop around into him. We're going to give him another round. Now, I know I'm basically exposed from behind, but, you know, you got to trust your team at some point. So we're going to fire, get a pretty meaty chunk off the act guy there, and he's going to go away. But unfortunately, we're going to still be tied up in combat here. We're going to give the gawking, and we get got by the act guy. So, yay, in the last stretch of the match here. Yeah, this unit's fantastic for throwing out damage as long as you got a front line. And in a match where most of the enemy team are raids, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So there's our timeout. So let's see how we did. Alright, we're bowing of shame. Going to zoom in on the bright yellow outfit. 3 spots. Of course, we're up against a raid. Wonderful. And second place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.